Thursday, May 1st, 2025, precisely 150 days after Hurricane Helene struck landfall. Today's video will be filmed exclusively in Chestoa National Park and will be exclusively about Chestoa National Park. So let's get on to it. Welcome everybody to the new and forever changed Chestoa National Park. This will be a very fast update, concluded exactly for Chestoa National Park here in Irwin, Tennessee, just showing the extent of the damage and what it looks like 150 days later. So starting off, panning up to here, for those who have never been here, this may look exactly the same. However, after this flood ripped through, it changed the course forever of Chestoa. This road here, day after the flood, was washed out there, if they focus, and there, all the way up. Every part you see new rock mostly was washed away. All the way up to the very beginning of that road of Unique Springs. Right where my wonderful wife stands at used to be a massive oak tree that was on its side that sat there for years, ever since I've been here. Many adventures led up to that tree. Many nights sitting in that tree reading books and just hanging out. 4th of July, I came down here and lit off sparklers and small fireworks underneath that tree. And it has now been taken by the flood. But the tree sat where she is at, and the embankment came to about where the edge of the grass is now. Came down to here, and here's the fun part. This never looked like this. The original embankment before the flood came, this is all trees. Every inch of this was trees, much like this forest back here, all the way up to the very edge of this river over here. The embankment sharpened out over through here, and the river originally ran right in the middle right here. It did run over there, but it was a lot wider and ran straight in through here. I have videos of my dog and I right in the bank here. The river curved, and there's thick bushes through here and woods all the way through. A nice beach sat right there with rocks and 2 fire pits where people could hang out and have some fun, party, stuff like that. Banked the curve, and there's woods all the way through with a nice sandy beach along this back end of the river. And that fateful day came. That flood was ripped through here so fast, so high, and so strong that it legitimately terraformed the land. Took out every single tree, just about every rock. There was trees that had been there for years and years in flood debris, much like these piles here, but I'd say about 10 times bigger, taller than me, that sat pushed up against those trees. Took all of it, every bit of it. Right where this embankment is here, there used to be a spot that came out and it came down. There was picnic tables all up on top of that. And it was all natural. It wasn't like a pavilion. It was dirt that came out to there. It came down a little bit into a nice woodsy area here with a little ditch in the middle, almost like a runoff canal. It came all the way through. Very, very beautiful place. Changed forever. It has taken a lot of work, effort, and time, but Chestoa National Park has returned to fairly normal. As you walk through, you're still going to find all sorts of debris from unfortunate people's houses, pieces of cars, pieces of buildings, stores, people's lives. About 2 hours ago, I found a tea kettle on the side of the river around the corner there. I was through the flood from day one. I drove down Jackson Lake Highway by our hospital as the water touched the white line. And I work for the local government on the county highway department. And I was there when the flood first hit. I watched all of it happen, and you get desensitized to stuff like this after you've been through it for a while. It's been 150 days, and I pass through here just about every other day, and I don't look twice, don't think twice, and it's gotten to the point where you don't really feel as many feelings as you felt day one. Day one, you feel dread, you feel sorrow, you feel anger, you feel all these different things because everything you know and love's gone, everything your neighbors knew and love's gone. Some of your neighbors are gone. Your childhood memories are gone. Your memories that you have in general are gone. Everything you know is gone, and there's just so much destruction, trash, and chemicals everywhere. 150 days later, most people drive through here that live here don't look twice. A lot of them still do. They grew up here. They lived here. I'm not from here, but standing here for the first time does kind of give me a look back on things. Finding that tea kettle around the corner did give me a little wake-up call and a little bit of a somber moment because on the bottom of that tea kettle you can tell it had been used for quite some time. There's ring marks on the bottom from a stove, which means it was more than likely from inside of somebody's house. More than likely in North Carolina or from the cabins around the corner. North Carolina is up that way, who got hit severely hard. Irwin did get hit hard on our lower end, but the rest of town survived perfectly. North Carolina is the ones that get hit the worst, and Greenville, Tennessee, which is down below us, they got hit very hard as well. But it was a somber moment because it makes you think, you gloss over stuff every day, you don't walk along the river, you just drive past it, and you see the destruction, and you're like, yeah, that sucks, but you're standing on it, you're finding tea kettles, you're finding people's homes and pieces of houses, pieces of tin from the sides of trailers, you're finding nails, you're finding screws, you're finding boards, and just pieces everywhere. People's homes, their lives, their cars, and it's hard. It's a hard thing to see. When that flood hit, it changed a lot for a lot of people. Very surprisingly, Chestoa National Park got rebuilt very, very fast. And the reason I say surprisingly is it's a national park, yes, but the rest of town on the lower end down here got wiped out as well, and they were rebuilding this park at the same time as trying to clean up all the stuff down there, which I thought they would focus on the rest first, but CSX Railway Company, CSX Railroad Company, excuse me, they used this lot. ZA, RJ Corman, the ones rebuilding the railroad, used the lot up there for equipment. They used it to bring in dump truck loads of ballast, gravel, machinery, and walked up these tracks across that bridge and into the gorge on this end of the railroad. CSX has been doing a wonderful job at helping out the communities that have been struck by this flood as well. Even if it is just PR, even if it is just to make them look good, they're doing help. At the same time as they're doing that, they came down here and they dumped dump trucks and dump trucks and dump trucks loads worth of dirt and gravel, rock, and everything to at least rebuild it somewhat. They graded up the slope nicely and planted grass seed in here, as you can see. Though while Chestoa National Park is not back to its former glory just yet, we have no picnic tables, we have no outhouse, we have nothing here anymore that used to be here. I believe slowly through time it will rebuild and come back as the U.S. Forest Service, U.S. Parks and Recreation Service does come through here and find what they want to get done. But here's a quick update to Chestoa. 150 days later, all the debris has been picked up other than small pieces here and there. The main parking lot did survive the flood somehow, some way, and it's still being used right now. They cleaned it off, and now that we're allowed to back into here, let you park right there like you used to. It looks a lot different though. One beautiful thing I found as well is there was rumors when the flood first hit, upwards of April, that you would never find a fish in this river again. That in North Carolina, so many septic tanks, chemical plants, propane tanks, everything got hit. When the flood hit, you were seeing propane tanks float in this river. The river was about as high as that road is, if not higher. You're seeing propane tanks float down this river, spewing propane everywhere. And many people said that it would never look the same again, it would never be the same. Here's a big chunk of metal from something. Yet, as I'm here today, there is schools of minnows floating around in this water, scooting everywhere. I've seen 2 or 3 larger fish, and I'm noticing river grass sprouting up over there where it used to sprout before. Whether the Fish and Wildlife Service came and planted that or not is still is still sprouting, as well as the animals living in this river are coming back. There was a blue heron, I believe blue heron is what it's called, out here just 2 days ago while I was coming through here for work. So things are coming back together, things are rebuilding slowly day by day. Apologize for my voice, by the way, if I'm skipping a word and saying stupid things. I am half asleep. We're almost done here for the day. I'm going to head up to the car and I'll show you guys what happened up there. It's a small thing, but this parking lot here used to be asphalt, and I used to come here once in a while and sit in my car, and now it's gravel. Floodwaters, I believe, took a bunch of the asphalt away. Right over here is where I'm parked at, and used to be picnic tables right up in here, no longer there. Where my car sits, used to be an outhouse right back there, and is now open land. So right here is where the outhouses once were, and this was never a ridge. This used to come straight out and go all the way to the river. There used to be a outhouse right here, right back in there, and this was a nice little pathway down to a sandy beach where these rocks were here. And down there is where Chestoa Bridge itself used to be at. Big cement bridge that came across about this high in frame. And then down below that is our hospital and what is left of that end of town. that concludes our wrap of Chestoa National Park today. No, it wasn't too informative, but I hope everyone enjoyed, and thank you for watching.